Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to your tarot reading for the week of September 1st through the 6th. It's Raina here. I'm using the Druid Craft deck along with one card from the Energy Oracle. Okay, two cards. Wow, you got a lot of major arcana cards. I'm just going to put both because they came out when I was like picking and choosing. Oh, that's a pretty card. I love these cards. Boy. If I could do one thing, they would be a little bit smaller, but that's a minor quibble. Okay. The heart of the matter is the star card. And wow, is that pretty. The star card is connected to Aquarius, if there's an Aquarius person in your life. It's the card of healing, of hope restored. So if you've been going through some kind of troubling time where you've been just trying to hang on, actually, I'm not saying that by accident. I actually saw this card. Whoa. I didn't I didn't expect to see that, but anyway, I was like, what's because it looked like a woman to me, and I was like, whoa, that's a fine how do you do. I don't know if I've ever gotten this card before because I never saw that before. But anyway, this is in the past position, and the hangman can mean anything like being in limbo. So for instance, with the star card, maybe you were waiting on a job offer that you were waiting for it to come through, and it was being held up, or maybe you just gave up hope and now they told you, yeah, you can start on Monday and something like that. You know, the thing about it is, because we've had the Mercury and Mars retrograde in August, in September we may find in that first week or even the second week when we have a new moon in Virgo, that things are really starting to move forward. And so, I mean, this is a theory. I can't prove it until it happens. So we shall see, right? But that could definitely be what is going on, because the hangman is like you're waiting. It's a waiting period. But you might have been like getting nervous about it, or even thinking, okay, well, I've been waiting so long, forget about it, it's not happening. And then it happens and you're like, wow. Or maybe you're waiting for somebody to get divorced and they finally told you that they have. By the way, sorry about the lack of light. It's all of a sudden it's gotten very dark. I think it's going to rain or something. So I'm not going to get up to turn on the light. I just want to keep the flow going. So for the current position, we have the Ten of Cups. Wow, that is a beautiful card. This is a card of marriage and family harmony. I did pick two cards for this current position, so I'll read the other one too. But, oh yeah, you know, here's an interesting thing. I also got the World card, which is the last card of the Major Arcana. A lot of nudity. This is perfect for Taurus. So what that tells me is that for some of you, there is something where you were waiting for someone. Maybe you were waiting for your divorce to come through, and now you feel like you can move forward, that you have somebody else that you're more compatible with, that you're going to, you know, eventually get married to or join a life with them. And with the Ten of Cups, if it's not specifically concerning marriage, it could be just that your family is happier now because you're in a different place. And so, and I'm talking about emotionally, obviously. With cups, we're talking about emotions, but it's like, you know, happily ever after, you know, like in the fairy tales. But, and, you know, in a way, I was kind of feeling a little corny by saying that, you know, fairy tales and things like that. But the star card is like, you know, when you wish upon a star, you know, your dreams come true. And so I guess there is some truth to it, but we have, it's interesting that the world card is there because it's the end of an era. So even the number 10 with the 10 of cups is the end of a cycle too. So perhaps it's indicating maybe you've been waiting a long time for this day to arrive. And by the way, maybe it is because I'm a Sagittarius and everything that I do will automatically get blown up. But don't assume that this is just for the first week of September, because it seems like everything is epic whenever I do it. That's why I don't always do weekly readings, because it really is such a short period of time that, you know, these matters seem like they are going to span a lot longer than a week. The Ace of Wands is what's coming in. Oh, I love this card. I love that sun. Look how in those, and look at the nice harmony between the green and the yellow and the yellow orange. But just all of it, even the font of that card. But anyway, this is about new beginnings that you're very enthusiastic about. So if this is a new job you're happy about, it's not like, oh well, you know, I'm going there to pay the bills. No, this is something that you really are stoked about. If it's a relationship, it's passionate. One thing that I wanted to state, oh gosh, now I'm going to forget. Oh no. When we do have the new moon in Virgo, Virgo is a sister earth sign, and that will be in your 5th house of romance. So that definitely will astrologically connect to this reading if there is somebody new coming into your life. And the outcome is the 3 of Cups, another like light, happy card. This is the number of celebration. Let me see. In the other decks, they have a toast. Not in this one, I guess. But I do have other decks that show a toast. And this one is a toast too, because it's like, hey, you know, let's celebrate our good fortune. And you may be socializing during the first week. You know, the 5th house, or maybe even like a little bit after that, the 5th house that Virgo represents is also the house of parties and kind of like amusements, things that we do for fun. So you might be kind of in more of that mood even as the month begins before the new moon, because the sun is there and the sun rules the 5th house. So the sun is this vital force, okay? So this is a good time period for you, Taurus, in the first few weeks of the month. And the second, and the last week ain't too shabby either, because then the sun goes into the 2nd house of earned income. That's the house that you rule. So it's all good in September, Taurus. Awesome. And let me pick a card from that oracle deck. I want to make sure that I have the cards. Okay. This one is upside down. I just want to pick it. Interesting. Envy. Some of these cards I have never gotten before. I don't even, I'm like shocked that there's even a card like that. I wonder if this is associated with the 5 of Pentacles, which is Mercury and Taurus. This card shows a woman holding a huge pearl in one hand and platter of coins and pearls in the other. She stands in a silver room looking out at a golden city on the horizon. Ooh, that's what happens when I try to hold things together like that. All right. She has a life of value already, but she ignores that and longs for the shining prosperity she sees elsewhere. Instead of feeling happy and fulfilled, her desire for more only causes a deep sense of lack and dissatisfaction, and that energy shows up in her dress. I don't know why, because it's wrinkled and black. Who knows? This card upright is telling you to let go of the jealousy and acknowledge the blessings you already have in your life. Now is the time to shift your focus. After all, when you envy others, it only attracts more to them, not you. Notice all that you have and thank the universe for it. If this card is near the appreciation card in your spread, the message is doubly important. Now is the time to move from a consciousness of lack to one of value. With this shift, all things change. Affirmation: I let go of lack. I look at the blessings in my life with joy and satisfaction. I am glad. And even though this card is kind of like a little bit out in left field, because I really got such a positive sense of the rest of the cards, I think that for a sign like Taurus, especially since some of these energy oracle cards do seem to be corresponding to the tarot, and Mercury in Taurus is represented by the Five of Pentacles, which I just picked for Aries, ironically. And this is all about lack consciousness, and with Taurus, you know, the Star card is pointing to that sense of hopefulness. So hopefully, if some of you have been feeling pessimistic about a work situation, you have been able to have your prayers answered. But in general, making sure never to covet another person's, not only their material possessions, but their experiences and everything that they're about, and really be grateful for what you have is important. I think that goes without saying. Sometimes with earth signs, there's a tendency to measure worth too much by the material, and that leads to toxic comparison and also to chasing something in the wrong direction. With the Star card, we're talking about unseen forces. That's very important for Taurus, who tends to you know, be very earthbound and see only what the five senses can perceive. And you have to make time and space for honoring the immaterial, just as you do the material. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Have an awesome month or week. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Bye.